Well, our discussion is from electric potential and capacitance and how we apply them in the various problems. So, discussion is totally about the applications, how to define potential, how to define capacitance, and which type of formula we use in electrostatic potential and in capacitance. So first of all, you will remember that there are certain symbols we are going to apply here. V represents the potential or potential difference. It is a scalar quantity, and SI unit of potential or MKS unit is taken as volt, whereas CGS unit is ESU of potential or stat volt. Normally, ESU means the electrostatic unit of potential. And one exceptional thing about this unit is that CGS unit of potential is specifically greater than MKS unit, as it is clear from the relation, that is 1 ESU of potential is 300 volts. 1 volt is 1 over 300 ESU of potential. Potential difference is the work done to carry charge from higher potential to lower potential. So if one point is at higher potential and other at lower potential, potential difference will be the work done to carry charge from higher potential to lower potential. Now potential difference can be calculated by function W over Q, where W stands for work done, Q stands for charge, work is expressed in joule, charge is represented in coulomb. In order to estimate the dimensional equation of potential, we must know the dimensional equation of work and the dimensional equation of charge. For work, the dimensional equation is ml minus 2 t minus 2. Dimensional equation of Q is A into T. A stands for ampere, T stands for time. The reason is that Q is current into time. Dimensional equation of V will be calculated by putting the dimensions of W and Q at their places, and finally the dimension of V will be calculated. That is ml2 T1 A minus 1. Well, next is how to define potential. Potential at a point is defined as the work done to bring unit positive charge from infinity to that point, which is within the electric field of source charge Q against the repulsion or attraction of source charge, depending upon whether Q is positive or negative. And the total meaning of this statement is that we select a charge Q, and around the charge we draw a boundary that is called electric field of charge Q. Then we select a point in the electric field, and at that point we have to bring unit positive charge from infinity. The point to remember is that the source charge has a definite electric field. A point outside the field is called infinity. That is, at infinity, the field will not act of the source charge. It has got the limited dimensions. The force experienced by test charge, unit positive charge, at infinity is 0. Whenever we use the term test charge here, it is unit positive charge. So force experienced by test charge, that is unit positive charge, at infinity is 0. Therefore, working capacity of that charge or energy of that charge at infinity will be 0. To bring the charge from infinity to a point within electric field, some work is done on the unit positive charge, which is stored in the unit positive charge as electrical potential energy. When this charge reaches at a point within electric field E, it is written by capital E, the source charge Q will repel unit positive charge, but unit positive charge will maintain its position at a point in electric field at distance r from the source charge. because of its electrical potential energy. So it is maintaining the position because some electrical potential energy was stored in unit positive charge at infinity. The unit positive charge will work against the repulsion of source charge Q because of its electrical potential energy. EPE stands for electrical potential energy. This work done by unit positive charge at a point in the field against repulsion will be the potential at that point. Now you can review the figure. Q stands for source charge. A is a point within the field. We have to estimate potential at A. E is electric field and P is a point at infinity, that is outside the field. Basically, it is accommodating unit positive charge which will behave like a test charge. Now, test charge is at infinity, therefore, its energy will be 0. So, we have to do some work on that charge. That work will be stored in the form of electrical potential energy. That energy will store in P in the form of electrical potential energy. Now, unit positive charge will come to position A. The moment it comes to position A, the source charge will repel it. But it will not go back to its position because of the reason that it has got some electrical potential energy, which is working against the repulsion of source charge. V is potential at A due to Q. Now, this potential can be estimated without using any integration by using the formula of work which we normally use in mechanics. Potential V is equal to W is equal to F into R, where F is the electrical force between Q and plus 1. And this force can be calculated by Coulomb's law. Therefore, V is equal to K Q1 Q2 by R square multiplied R. R square will cancel off with R, and electrical potential energy or potential can be estimated by function KQ by R. Wherever it is written K, we can replace it by 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. So, V is written as 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by R. K is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught, and numerically it is 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per coulomb square for free space. Free space stands for vacuum or air. For particular medium, epsilon naught into epsilon r can be replaced by simply epsilon. So the formula of potential will be 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon r Q over r can be written as 1 over 4 pi epsilon Q over r. Epsilon r is dielectric constant or specific inductive capacity of the medium. In this formula, V is calculated in volts, Q will be in coulombs, R will be in meters. But in CGS system, you will find we don't adopt the convention of K. We simply write a formula V is equal to Q over R. V is taken in electrostatic unit of potential, that is stat volt. Q is the charge taken in electrostatic unit of charge, that is stat coulomb. R will be in centimeters. Now, next our discussion is regarding the capacitance of a conductor. Literally, capacitance means how much charge can be stored in a conducting plate by using certain potential. So, capacitance is represented by symbol C. Its CGS unit is electrostatic unit of capacitance, ESU of capacitance, and MKS unit is farad, microfarad, millifarad, etc. Microfarad and millifarads are smaller units. Farad is MKS unit. 1 farad is 9 into 10 to the power 11 electrostatic unit of capacitance. 1 electrostatic unit of capacitance can be calculated. It is found to be nearly 1.1 10 to the power minus 12 farads. Order of electrostatic unit of capacitance is nearly 10 to the power minus 12 farads. The smaller multiple of capacitance will be picofarad, microfarad, that is picofarad. and 1 microfarad is 10 to the power minus 6 farads. 1 millifarad is 10 to the power minus 3 farads. Still, a smaller unit, that is nanofarad, is 10 to the power minus 9 farads. Further, you can understand that the value of K is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, which is 9 into 10 to the power 9. So from that, you can estimate the value of 4 pi epsilon naught, which is found to be nearly 1.110 to the power minus 10 farad per meter. However, the order of 4 pi epsilon naught can be taken as 10 to the power minus 10 farad per meter. If charge of conductor is 0, if we consider conductor, its charge is 0, its potential will be taken as 0. But if charge will increase, the potential will correspondingly increase. So, if charge on conductor goes on increasing, its potential to store that charge will also increase proportionately. Therefore, if Q is the charge and V is the potential, then Q is proportional to V, or Q is equal to CV, where C stands for capacitance. C is equal to Q by V. C is capacitance of conductor, and it is defined as charge given to conductor per unit potential. The arrow are indicating increase and decrease. If arrow is upward, it is increase, and if arrow is downward, it is decrease. So if Q will increase, V will also proportionately increase. Similarly, if Q will decrease, V will also proportionately decrease. Hence, Q is proportional to V, where C is constant, known as capacitance. The formula of capacitance is Q over V. So from this, we can calculate the value of 1 ESU of capacitance. 1 ESU of capacitance is the capacitance of that conductor which is carrying a charge of 1 ESU and having a potential of 1 ESU. So 1 ESU of capacitance is equal to 1 ESU of charge divided by 1 ESU of potential. But in MKS system, 1 farad is 1 coulomb over 1 volt. Farad is MKS unit or SI unit. 1 farad will be equal to 3 into 10 to the power 9 electrostatic units of charge. That is what the value of 1 coulomb. And 1 volt is 1 over 300 electrostatic units of potential. So after all calculations, it comes to be 1 farad is 9 into 10 to the power 11 electrostatic units of capacitance. You will remember further, in case of a charged hollow spherical conductor, charge always resides on the outer circumference. The potential at any point within hollow spherical conductor or on circumference is always constant. Constant does not mean zero, it is constant. And electric intensity or intensity of electric field is always zero at the center of the charged hollow spherical conductor. Figure is showing a hollow conductor having charge Q, potential V, capacitance C, radius R. According to definition of capacitance, C is Q over V, or C is equal to Q divided by Q by R, but that will be in series system. The final result will become, after the cancellation of Q, that is V is equal to Q by R. So we have substituted for V, Q by R, and finally C will be numerically equal to R. Therefore, capacitance of a charged hollow conductor is numerically equal to its radius in CDS. If R is 1 centimeter, then capacitance is 1 electrostatic unit of capacitance, and we will find that 1 by 9 into 10 to the power minus 11 farads. So you will remember that 1 over 9, 10 to the power minus 11 farad, it can be calculated as 0.111 into 10 to the power minus 11 farad. So at one place of decimal, the order of number will become 10 to the power minus 12. If R is 1 centimeter, then order of capacitance of charged hollow spherical conductor will be 10 to the power minus 12 farads. In MKS, C is Q over V, V is KQ over R, but K is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught, that is 9 into 10 to the power 9. So, In the formula of V, K is replaced by 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught multiplied by Q over R. C is Q over V, and this can be written as C is equal to Q divided by 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught multiplied Q over R. We will cancel off Q, and 4 pi epsilon naught into R can be taken in the numerator. The net function will become C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught R. Now, if epsilon naught is in farad per meter and R will be in meters, then capacitance will be in farads. 4 pi epsilon naught has an order of 10 to the power minus 10 farads per meter, as it is indicated in calculations. Further, energy of a charged conductor, if you wanted to calculate, the energy, we are referring to the energy which is stored in the charged conductor, that is calculated by half CV square or QV by 2 or Q square by 2C. Basically, it is a matter of substitution, elimination to get the various formulas. Thank you.